snapping. All right, welcome everyone. This is the Everything Ken-Dall show. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. Today I have two special guests. I have my nephew Elias, and also I have his friend here, Jalen. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple of different things like we always do. And today I'm going to let these two fine gentlemen actually, kind of vent on, what they do for a living. What makes them, our future. Why we should be on the lookout for them, and pretty much, why I feel like what they're doing is obviously a part of our culture today, but also, not only that, it's going to be, them in the future who we see. So, if you guys don't mind, introduce yourself. Let's start off with Jalen.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jalen Penix. You can follow me on SoundCloud. That'd be tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Elias.
That's good. I'm Elias. You can follow me on Instagram. That's good.
All right. So I obviously, so please forgive me to the both of you, please. I don't know, how do I follow you on SoundCloud? Do I just type in your name?
Yeah, you just go to SoundCloud
Yeah.
and look up JAYLEN
Uh-huh.
PENIX,
Got you.
and there you go. I'll be the only one.
Nice. And also they got a new track out right now. It's called Flawless. You guys need to check that out. I love it, honestly. I mean, I jam to it, so you guys should check it out. Yeah, absolutely. And Elias, how do we follow you on Instagram? Or I'm sorry, you said Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram is at space.tennis. Spell that out. Hit me up.
All right, say that one more time. Space.tennis.
Space.tennis.
All right.
SPACE.TENNIS.
Okay.
Link in the bio right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna have them two show me how to do that because I've never done that, as you guys know. So anyway, while I have these two great men here, great young men here, I just kind of want to kind of get into their world a little bit. So because I believe that we're fortunate, we're blessed to have such a strong-minded generation to come up behind us. A lot of the generation behind us, they're eager. They feel like they can take the world on single-handedly, which is I think is incredible. So I think what we should do is give these guys a round of applause, and let's hear them and see what they got to say. So, Jalen, if you don't mind, let's talk about some of the things you like to do. We talked about music.
Yeah.
What kind of inspired you into music? And then also, if you want to just go into more detail, please.
Well, okay. I started, I've always loved music.
Okay.
I used to listen to Biggie and, R&B, just I just used to listen to a lot of 90s music, to be honest, growing up. And Chris Brown and Omarion and people like that, the singers.
Yeah.
And T-Pain, I love T-Pain.
Yeah.
And
he's nice though. He's really nice.
Yeah, he's fire.
Yeah.
I've always loved listening to music,
Yeah.
but I never really thought I'd make music.
Okay.
I have specific memories of me even being ooh, I have a bar in my head, I can make this tight, but I don't make music. Why work on that?
Nice.
I was a weird kid.
Yeah.
But
no, that's not weird. I think that's amazing. But go ahead.
But I got to 13 and I was like, okay, I really like rap. I really I loved acting. I used to win the little awards in my middle school and stuff.
Okay.
Just because I would always be busting ass on stage.
Right.
I was this is where I'm comfortable out. So I was I'm into musicals and I'm into music.
Yeah.
I can sing. Let's see what I can do. So I started making songs when I was 13, and I didn't take it too seriously.
Okay.
But then I moved in with my grandparents because of some crazy stuff at home. But I moved in with my grandparents, and they gave me their old Mac.
Oh.
And I started making little songs on GarageBand.
Yeah.
And it started to get serious, and I started when I reached high school, I went to SOTA, School of the Arts.
Yeah.
In Tacoma.
Okay.
So I met Josiah French, one of my partners, Impressa, our band.
Okay.
I met him, and I was like, "Oh, you make music? I make music too." And then
Yeah.
it started to get kind of like more serious, and we started to perform.
Okay.
And then by sophomore year, we were like, "Let's make this an official thing."
Right.
And we started like it was just a rap group at first.
Yeah, yeah.
Pressa, and then we were like, "Yup," and we ended up getting our business licenses and
Nice.
everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like a real business now,
Nice.
and it's hard, bro.
Yeah.
We really produce. We do a lot. Like we make blues, we
Amazing.
make R&B,
Amazing.
rap, trap, all that. We
Okay.
make beats for people. We
Yeah.
write.
Man, that sounds
I'm
incredible.
really about my music.
Yeah.
I'm trying to start messing around with fashion, and I
Yeah.
can't do any tricks. I'm a skater at heart, like
Good.
fashion, but this is the skater.
No, okay.
Mhm.
So since you kind of made that segue, to, talking about skating, Elias, let's kind of get into your world a little bit. What got you into skating? And if you want to go a little bit deeper, please.
I
Sure.
just want to say this man has bars.
Oh, we're talking about what got you involved. So, all right. So what got you involved into skating? What inspired you? And then also, if you don't mind, kind of go into more detail behind why you love it.
I used to see like on TV people skating and stuff. I didn't know what it was, but it looked pretty dope. And then my friends picked it up,
Uh-huh.
and I picked it up from them. And then I didn't skate for a while because there was really no one to skate with when I moved. And so I picked it back up in like middle school. I was just inspired by the scene and like skate parks. I'd see other people kill it, and then I just want to get better. So I made connections through that and met a lot of amazing people. Because skating is just more than physical too. It's just a lot of art behind it. And a lot of talented people that are skilled at a lot of different things, and it's a really unique thing.
Yeah. Okay. So when you say the art behind it, what is the art? What is the artistry? Is it more of like being able to complete the trick? Is it like the focus you have to have?
I'm talking about like the
style.
person behind the skateboard. It's like more their it's exactly, it's the style. It's like
Okay.
everything that you see skating is just like everyone has their own like depiction of it, and it's really just like something like very personal. So the art behind it is just like fueled by what you do when you skate and like the trials and tribulations of falling and getting back up and stuff. It's just like you can be very artistic in a lot of different senses.
Okay.
From skating.
So is it more of so this question is to the both of you. So is it more of like even though I do the same tricks as you guys do them, it still won't be the same because I'm doing it and it's my style that's doing it. Is that what you mean?
Well, personally, I believe that like everyone's just as good. It's just like they're focused on certain things. Like I can't really do tricks. I can barely do an ollie, but like I skate to get around and I bomb and I longboard and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'm good at that. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I suck to somebody, like I'm good at that. I don't know. That might sound a little wacky,
No, it doesn't. No, that makes sense because everybody's not good at everything, but you know what you're good at, and so you kind of stick to your strengths.
Right. And I would never say like, oh, it's okay. Like tell yourself you're good and then don't move forward. It's like just don't put yourself down and don't put other people down is basically why I say that. It's like no one it's like everyone needs to work, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So what do you think about that question, Elias?
What's the question exactly?
So even though I do the same tricks as you guys do them, is it still like is the difference the artistry more of I'm doing it, it's my trick, and even though it's the same as my style behind it?
I mean, there's definitely names for tricks. So if you're doing a certain trick, like that's obviously going to be what it is. But like in your own style, like you can define your styles, like making everything look how you want it to look. So if you want it to look super clean, it'll look super clean, and that's who you'll be. But if you want it to be like flowy and very loose, then you can go for that type of style. There's there's not just like one typical standard way to skate. There's a lot of different ways.
Okay. Nice. All right. So I mean, what else? I mean, we talked about music and we talked about skating. I feel like maybe we can go about it, go in a little bit deeper on both ends. But what else that you guys may feel like that you do on a day to day that you just enjoy doing, that you just love doing? Because I feel like on a personal note, like some of the things I love to do is play basketball, right? So when I watch the game as basketball, I get more in tune. I get more, I feel like I'm watching, Russell Westbrook play, but I feel like, wow, you know what? He's an amazing player. So when I go on the court, that's kind of who I'm trying to get my game after, right? So that's kind of how I view the love of the sport. Like I feel like, well, I have this person right now that's in the league that's crushing it. I want to be like that, like with this effort, right? So when I play basketball, I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to hustle or try to hustle as hard as he does, because obviously he goes like 110 miles per hour. I'm about what 30, and I know I'm not going that fast no more. But anyway, I mean, I personally believe that we all should have some form of you know influence or inspiration when we're talking about something that we love and enjoy doing. Like you said, with skating for yourself, it was more of you watching TV and you seen it and you were like, oh, that's cool, I can do that, or I want to do it, and then you just started doing it, which is like, I think, hella incredible. I think that's amazing. To find something and pick it up and then just attempted to do it, right? And the same thing with you, Jay. Like you say, you was listening to Biggie and R&B music, but then you kind of felt like, hey, you know what? I put these bars together in my head, and I should get into music. I can do that also. So what else that you guys feel like the world would kind of be aware of or be on the lookout for you guys for? Because I personally believe that you both are talented, and if these are the talents that you guys are going to bring forth in the future, I mean, hey, I'm going to clap it up right now, because I just love the fact that I have both of you here and have you guys talking about it, and then hopefully as always I can get someone out there like, hey, listen, you know what? I always thought about doing something, but I just don't know if I can start it. But both of you two just proved that, hey, listen, you know what? You guys just, you found a way to do it, because you just saw it and you just did it. And a lot of us out here in the world, just feel like, hey, listen, you know what? I can't do something because, oh, it just seems so challenging. It seems like I just don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. But, you guys just made it sound like it was just so easy. But I mean, what else? What else that you guys feel like that's on the plate, like that you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm 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 starting this. Like you said, you got a business out, right? And I know you're working. So what else is kind of in the mix to just kind of getting you guys to move forward?
Well, to be honest, what I've been working on, like my partner Josiah French, one of my partners, like Elias is my partner in rap,
Yeah.
and Josiah is my partner with Pressa. So it's kind of like I'm doing two things at once.
Yeah,
Like
amazing.
with Pressa, I'm more of like Jalen and like J Bug and stuff like that. But with Elias, I'm like J Bug and Shuda, and then those are like different aliases and like
Yeah.
J Blunts and just ugly nigga with the beats, like different names I go by. It's like
Yeah.
I just do different stuff with those things. But anyway, like one of the things I'm focusing on is like kind of like activism, just like helping my community move forward.
Okay.
Like there was an incident at my school.
Yeah.
We have camp every year.
Okay.
So they get us on a bus and they take us to like Camp Blacklick or whatever.
Okay.
And then we kick it for 3 days.
Right.
You feel me? And they have girls and boys cabin.
Yeah.
And they tried to do girls cabin, boys cabin, trans cabin.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, hey, that's not gonna fly. That's segregation.
Yeah.
You put those boys and girls in the boys and girls cabin.
Yeah.
Because those are the first 3 days of school.
Okay.
So why would you start a school, like start up a community
Right, right.
with fresh new incomers and tell them this is how we treat the trans kids. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Why
get what
would
you're
you do
saying. Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. You're separating kids that may not even want to be separated. They may not want to be
Yeah,
identified as that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like it's like nah. It's like because you're not trans male. You're just male.
yeah.
If you change your gender, you change your gender.
Wow. Yeah. No, this is true. No, I mean,
You feel
wow.
me?
This is a really deep subject. No,
There's no like
yeah.
third gender. There shouldn't be a specific. It's not a gender, so there
Yeah.
shouldn't be a specific cabin for it.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
feel like if the non-binary kids wanted non-binary cabins, that'd be different. But like no one said anything. They should be able to go
Yeah.
where they want to go.
Yeah. No, I completely understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. I think that that type of subject is one of those things where you feel like most people they're shy to kind of talk about because they feel like, hey, that's it's a sensitive subject to most, right? But it's a reality that we live in, and I honestly believe that yeah, however you identify yourself, it should be a room for you, right? Like, let's say for instance, by me identifying myself as a male, I would hate to go to I don't know, for instance, I don't know, man, I don't know how to, a woman's, all women's restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no men bathrooms, right? I would kind of feel like,
Yeah.
I'm left out, right?
Right.
So, I mean,
Um.
I get what you're saying though, as far as, if people don't want to be identified as a certain thing, right? Don't put them in a box, because I have an issue with that also, as far as putting people in boxes to
Yeah.
where they may not feel like they want to be in a box. All they want to do is just be human. They just want to be a person as well.
Yeah. It reminds me kind of like the box that we're put in as just black people.
Okay.
Like, because if you think about it, black people are meant
Okay.
to be in a box.
Okay.
So poverty,
Yeah.
gang violence, like that's what's expected of us. You feel
Okay.
me?
Okay.
So when we go out of that box and we break those limitations,
Uh huh.
the white people feel unsafe. So like we were never meant to like really prosper. You feel me?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
so when we do it, like it kind of breaks that stereotype and breaks that image and says like, no, we're black excellence is definitely a
Not
thing. Like,
approved. Yeah.
it's not approved,
Right,
but
right. But like you say,
we're
it's
here and
yeah,
we're,
it's a
we're
beautiful
strong.
thing.
You feel me?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Wow, man. Hey, you guys heard that here. Those were beautiful words shared by my man Jalen. Man, that was excellent. That was great, man. Thank you for sharing that.
For
Absolutely,
sure.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for having us on here. You feel me?
Man,
Like,
no, what? Man,
this is tight.
no, this is an honor. This is an honor to have you guys on here. I mean, I'm blessed and fortunate to just have you guys to sit down and be next with and have this conversation with,
For
right?
sure.
Because honestly, the world needs this, right? The
Yeah.
world needs to have
Yes.
conversations.
Yes.
We have to find a way to communicate, whether it's old and young, whether it's white and black, whether it's rich and poor,
Anything.
whether
Communication.
absolutely,
Is coming
absolutely.
together.
Absolutely, because you got to find a way to get the answers. Because once you have those answers, hopefully you can get the understanding. Then once you get the understanding, you get the knowledge, you get the wisdom, and then you can put your own interpretation on what you need to do after that, right? Because honestly, we can do whatever it is that we put your mind. We could do whatever we put our mind to, as we just established, right? But you still have to put your best foot forward. You still have to do the work, right?
Always.
So I mean,
You never stop working.
this is true. This is true, man. I'm glad you said that. I really believe in that. I'm a strong and firm believer in that as well. Yeah, man. Wow, Elias, you got anything you want to add to this? I mean, obviously, everything that Jalen is saying is right on point. But I would love to kind of get your point of view on what you, as far as moving forward. What do you see? I mean, how do you kind of karate chop your way through all of this?
Um, well, being in high school, there's hella stress, so
Okay.
you gotta draw a lot through that and
Yeah.
make music and voice my opinion through that and
Mhm.
skate to get some physical activity and work out and
Yeah.
run and do all sorts of things to keep myself focused on the bigger picture. So
Got you, got you. So what's your inspiration behind drawing? Is it when you draw you get to let it flow. You get to let it flow and what comes out is out, right?
yeah, it's mostly like just when I like to chill, I just kind of vent some ideas or like whatever I'm going through, just kind of put it on paper and sketch it out until I get like a good idea of what I want to piece and then go for it.
Okay, okay. Oh, man, well, I mean, I think that's like the same as writing. I'm more of a writer myself. Once I get the writing, then I feel like the energy is going onto the paper,
Mm-hmm.
and it it's after that, I get a chance to dissect it. I try not to go back and read what I wrote because even though I may rewrite the same thing over, that lets me know that I'm consistent with either the way I'm feeling or the way I'm thinking. Right,
Mm-hmm.
so it's beneficial for me that way because I don't want to feel like, oh, because I wrote this before, then it's not how I feel now, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that can always be the case.
Yeah.
So what about you, Jalen? When you're rapping, do you ever feel like you're consistently doing the same thing over and over again?
I worry about that.
Yeah.
But I'm really not a lot of these. I'm not like a lot of these busters out here. I don't really
Okay.
be like I push myself to do better. You feel me? I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it's easy to just make a beat, like make a 16 track beat, like okay, here are the drums, here's the hi-hat. We're just gonna do the same thing each time and have a system and make that money. Like that's tight. Like there are people that do that and they excel in that.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of local artists that do that and they're popping right now, but I like to like make music from my soul or sometimes like to make party music or sometimes I like to see if I can make music um like during a certain time in my life or if I change something drastically how my music sounds like I
Okay.
like it's like an experiment for me. It's like my best friend. It's like
Yeah.
it's my therapy. It's everything. Like it's my fun, it's all that. So it's like nah, I don't really be like sometimes I'm like, is that too much like my old stuff? And then I listen and I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I don't have that problem.
Right. Right. Okay. Nice. Nice. All right, you guys. So we're kind of running slim on time. Anything else you guys want to, let the people
Press
know?
the gang.
Okay. Okay. Elias, what about you?
Uh, Stay wise.
Okay. Stay
Look out for
wise.
our album, homie.
Okay. All right. What's the
Yeah.
name of it?
We don't have a name for it
Okay,
yet.
but it's coming soon, right?
Yeah, and it's about to be popular
Nice. Don't
for
forget to
real.
look up that track Flawless. Trust me, it's nice. It's nice. So hey, love you guys. You stay blessed and thank you
Love you
again.
guys. Thank you.